Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos, another paid request. This time for Steven. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for a film called Best Laid Plans from 1999. And it stars Reese Witherspoon. You have Alessandro Nivola, who is the lead of the film. And I'm sitting there going, why does this guy look familiar? He's the guy who played Sam Neill's assistant and friend in Jurassic Park 3. He was the guy that took the eggs, the raptor eggs, but then felt sorry about it and tried to make up for it, and did make up for it later. But I forget the character's name, but yeah, he was Sam Neill's buddy in Jurassic Park 3. He was also Nicolas Cage's brother in Face Off, Castor Troy's brother. He had the glasses on. I don't know what he's done since then. And then you have a very young Josh Brolin. Granted, not as young as he was in the Goonies or stuff, but, you know, well before Thanos and all that stuff. And this is one of those movies that, at the end of the day, that was okay for what it was. Mainly because I thought the three actors did their jobs fairly decently. Pretty much, it's one of those films that has its twists and turns. And granted, I didn't see the twist coming. How much that's a good thing or not, that's up to the viewer. Pretty much, Josh Brolin has not seen Alessandro Nivola in a while, since college. He gets back in the town. Nivola gets called up to see Josh Brolin, and Josh goes, I met this girl, Reese Witherspoon, they fucked. Then, as quickly as it was done, she said she's going to go home and accuse me of statutory rape. One thing leads to another. Now Reese Witherspoon is tied up, a little bit bloodied, and Josh Brolin is scared because he doesn't know what to do. And that's where you get the first twist, is Nivola and Reese actually know each other. And we go back a few months before, and we see how Nivola and Reese first met, and they fall in love, and what led to all this stuff. Now, you also have Terrence Howard in the film, well before doing Iron Man, and then not doing Iron Man 2 because of, depending on which story you hear, I don't know, what. Some say he wanted too much money. Others say he was not easy to work with, so he was problematic. I don't know what the whole story was. I know since then, Terrence Howard's career, since that and Hustle and Flow, has never really been the same since. You'll see him from time to time, but not really anything too prominent, it seemed. Like, it's one of those films where I don't even know what to say about it. Like I said, the acting's not bad. The love story between Nivola and Reese is fine enough. Didn't find anything that annoying or egregious. It's a pretty short film at 90 minutes long. There's a semi bit of interest as to where the story's going, which I have to get into spoilers for. Pretty much, like I said, Nivola and Reese fall in love, and they're working at this place. Nivola wants some money to start this type of business, but he doesn't get it, so he doesn't know what to do. So a buddy of his gets in touch with Terrence Howard. And Terrence Howard and Nivola's buddy, they go, hey, I'm going to do this deal. I'm going to steal this stash. All you have to do is drive us out. The guy comes out with the stash. Go ahead and drive. He does. But then the next day, these people come up and go, get in the car. You stole our stash. And the guy who's talking to him, I didn't mind the actor. He has a bit of quirkiness to him. He's a tough guy, but the whole time he's talking to him, he's drinking this juice box. He's trying to talk very articulate about the money that was stolen. And pretty much saying, you know what, I'll make you a deal. You owe us $15,000. Get us here by this time. And he's looking over and he's seeing Terrence Howard get the shit beat out of him. So Nivola doesn't know what to do. Ultimately, Reese finds out and she goes, how can I help? And then that's around the time when Josh Brolin come calling and says, hey, I'm back in town. Nivola visits him, notices he's got some very rare items that if they were taken, but also for some reason not called in as stolen, Nivola could sell and get this $15,000 and pay this off. So then the plan is, okay, his girlfriend, Reese, you go in, you guys have sex, accuse him of something, he gets scared, I'm going to fix it, give me this thing, and I'll get it taken care of. Then it leads to fine, I'm going to go kill her. So he fake kills Reese to make Josh Brolin believe it. Puts Reese in the trunk. They drive off. They get caught by the bad guys. Pulled in. We have Reese tied up. Where's our money? And then Nivola walks towards them. Realizes there's some food on the ground. Knows the one guy who eats them. Runs to this other room. The guy's going, wait. And big spoilers. His buddy who he thought was killed by these photos he was shown, he's really there. And Terrence Howard, who he thought was getting beat up, he was fake getting beat up, he's there. And this whole thing was a ruse on Nivola by his buddy, by Terrence Howard. These bad guys are just kind of friends, actors. They steer the shit out of Alessandro Nivola because they wanted this $15,000. And hey, we just needed this money and no hard. Now it's no hard. Now I guess they don't need the money anymore. Terrence Howard and the buddy and these other guys, because once it's been found out, and rightfully Nivola tries to kick the shit out of his buddy, as he should. They let Reese Witherspoon go. They let them go. Hey, have you tried to tell on us? You know, blah blah. We'll say some stuff about you. Which I thought was weird. It's like, I didn't see the twist coming. But I just see a lot of people watch this and going, that's the twist? Really? Because then the whole drama at the very end is his girlfriend had sex with Josh Brolin and was tied up for nothing. Just as a ruse these other guys did. And while, I mean, it's not Alessandro Nivola's fault in a way, but at the same time, he still feels guilty because his girlfriend still had sex with Josh Brolin to help him out of a situation that he didn't need help out to begin with because his buddies fucked with him. And so at the very end of the film, he confronts Josh Brolin. I could have taken this and cashed it. There you go. By the way, this girl's my girlfriend and she's alive. And you've always been an asshole. Talks with Reese Witherspoon. She was going to leave, but she doesn't. They walk together, realizing maybe they'll probably work things out. Movie's over. It's one of those that when you watch the ending, it's like, okay, at least that comes off as a bit more original. But in a weird way, it makes it like I would never see the film again. And it's not a film that made me mad or anything, because it's fairly short. I do like the actors involved. I thought even Reese Witherspoon did a decent enough job. Always nice to see Josh Brolin in there. And a younger Terrence Howard. It kept me at least interested to see where it would go next. I mean, the twist I didn't see coming. Now, granted, you talk about how maybe ridiculous it is, or how it makes little sense, and like they need this buddy so badly that they kidnap Nivola's character, but then at the end they just let him go. So like, if you need the money that badly, now you let him go because I guess you don't need the money that badly. And I'm like, oh, no hard feelings. I'm like, what? In the bed where you had the girl, like Reese Witherspoon, tied up to a chair. And I'm sitting there knowing, okay, well, what if he didn't have the money? What would you have done next? Let's say Nivola said, I don't have the money. Would they have beaten Reese Witherspoon? Would they have tried to threaten her? Would they have tried to shoot her? Like, that stuff is never answered, and then they're thinking, well, what the hell could they have done? If you think about it. But, even then I'm like, and then just assume that Nivola just has his money, because I guess the friend's an idiot. You just assume your friend who's worked in the same shit job as you, but for some reason you thought he had $15,000 in his back pocket. You just assume your buddy. I think he says the reason as to why he thought it, but still didn't make a whole lot of sense. Because you didn't. If you thought he was going to get this deal or this loan, you're not sure that he did or not. If that's the case, then how the hell do you think he's going to get this $15,000? Is that something you just come out of your ass with? And I don't know. Just like I said, it's one of those things that I appreciate the twist, because it's not typical, but it does raise a few questions about it as well. It was interesting that Josh Brolin's bathroom looked like the bathroom the Joker would have, because the bathroom had like this purple and green aesthetic to it, only with a lot more porn magazines in it. So that's one detail that I kind of chuckled at. I think the actors helped make this film watchable. I don't know if I'd say this had a maybe try to be a little bit Tarantino flavored. It was 1999 when this came out, and I don't know, it's one of those things where you kind of wish Josh Brolin had a bit more to do. Maybe there's a party that thinks, well, some decisions some people make, not sure if I follow it 100%. Now that I know the twist, it makes the film less interesting in a weird way. Like, I was interested at first, like, where's this going? Then I'm like, oh, that's the twist? Oh, okay. I just, like, which there are other films that have those, I don't know. I don't want to spoil those movies now. But twists that could be in the same vein. Maybe some people feel the same way I do about this as they do about those, but yet those films I like more. Okay, April Fool's Day, I'll say that movie. I won't say what the twist is, but April Fool's Day 1986, you say has an ending that some would be, okay, it makes them less interested in the film, but I don't know, something about that worked very well for me, and this one's like, okay, kind of ho hum. Maybe just the rest of the movie is kind of this, alright. There's not a lot of action in it. There's not a lot of moments that made me laugh or I thought was humorous about it. It's just more like, okay, these actors aren't doing too bad of a job, and it's not too overlong of a plot, and let's see where this goes. And I don't know, I don't know how else to say it. It's just like, kind of a meh affair. Just kind of a meh affair. So I was kind of, I guess that isn't they indifferent. And that's kind of one of those hard type of feelings to enact into your psyche is when you watch a film, you just indifferent on it. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was fine watching it. Didn't make me mad or anything. Made me scratch my head a couple times, but I don't know. I've seen better, I've seen worse. It's kind of the hard movie type of movie to review, at least for me. So sorry it's not that good of a review, but kind of a meh affair. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.